Welcome! This video is not what you expect. As you may or may not be aware, this channel has gone from evolution videos abruptly to an entirely new topic, one that many of you don't care about nor want to subscribe to. That's okay, but before you click away or comment something as hateful as the comments we've been getting, maybe you should hear me out. Much like an evolution of your favorite nostalgic video game that you've come to expect from this channel, we are going to be doing an evolution of the real life version of SimCity. Yes, your everyday lives is something that I'm encouraging you to reflect on. Maybe you shouldn't spend the next 5 or 10 minutes of your life watching the evolution of your most personally nostalgic game. Maybe you should take a moment and reflect on the current status of your own economy. Wherever you are in the world, this video applies to you. And I encourage you to explore the ideas presented here and see if they apply to you in any way. Because if they do apply to you, and I encourage you to comment below why they may not apply to you and why we should go back to producing the evolution of video games. This channel is an open forum. You can express your opinions however you choose, and if they are logical and reasonable, then I would love to produce content as per your liking. But let me ask you, do you need money? Are you any less of a person if you don't have money? And how many of your life's problems would be solved if you had, say, as much money as you wanted or needed? Needed being the key word here. Surviving the coming economic collapse. Are you ready? Many politicians have discussed that our economic system is designed to fail, as the world is in $17 trillion worth of debt. And I ask you, who are we in debt to? The truth is, we are in debt to each other because it's a debt-incurring system, that of our financial economy. Personally, I think far too many of us are wasting our hopes and desires on 20-minute long vlogs that had to be 20 minutes, and the person creating the video likely struggled to even make it that long, when you could be exploring or even creating ideas that you personally believe in or pursuing your own passions. Far too many of us get lost in content that does not advance us in any way, is not productive for ourselves or for anyone around us, and I'm guilty of it too. We all are. I encourage you to look around you, appreciate the beauty, and look at the upside of things while taking note of the bad, and do your best to make your time productive and fulfilling. The economic times we are in are worth taking note, and the world deserves better than what we are giving it. Oppression is everywhere, and although you might not understand hardly any of it, there's something we can do. No, really, there is. Video games are great, we can all agree. Money is great, we can all agree. We can also all agree that the banks are screwing the everyday person, and big companies have reduced small business to rubble. The internet changed everything, as is blockchain technology is likely to change everything, although it is a small, very emerging industry that is trying to advance the very databases that run behind the scenes in most everything we do, especially with value transfer. The internet was a complete information revolution that happened before our eyes, and we still have a hard time understanding how it's evolved. Much like the videos that used to be on this channel, everything has had natural evolution, and information has had its white knight and saving grace, that being the internet, while our financial system has not, until now. John McAfee recently published the Declaration of Currency Independence, and regardless of your Bitcoin knowledge, this is something that speaks to the very core of my personal understanding, and you should be able to relate to in a number of ways. This is something you may not know you need, but you can likely agree that something must be done. And believe it or not, you do have the power by just taking an interest in being aware of what is happening, not only in our current economic structure, but the way that some people, namely the blockchain technology industry, are hoping it can be, and have really worked tirelessly at creating that future. It's still very much in development, as is very apparent with the ebb and flow, and the Fibonacci retracements are much deeper than what is commonplace in traditional markets. However, that just makes it all the more fascinating for someone like me who isn't traditionally trained, but has taken up a passion in the philosophical backbone of what this industry represents. As I already mentioned, there are a number of articles all over the world that talk about the current economic status, the current economic structure, and how it is built for the few, while the many continue to be oppressed in a number of ways. Depression and anxiety are at their highest. And just know that there is always someone there to talk to. There's always a better way. And you are not alone in the feelings that you may have, whether it's now or from time to time. And all the more reason to continue to follow this evolving market and really hope for the best along with us, the regular cryptocurrency enthusiasts. For far too long, the power has remained with the few, and their methodology of oppression has been through currency, the leisure class, and government. Bitcoin may be the first cryptocurrency, but it is not the last, and the cryptocurrency market cannot be defined by it. Blockchain technology and the innovation of financial systems it brings are determining the future of value transfer, whether you are aware of it or not. The economic system that is the cryptocurrency markets will churn on and will continue to be developed with more complexities and depth than any previous versions of it. CurrencyIndependence.com is a discussion about traditional value transfer and how systems have been developed around it. And those systems only benefit the few, while oppressing the many, and discusses how power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Entities acquire the power to artificially create value with the stroke of a pen. Bribery and collusion become a trivial matter for those with that power. Bitcoin and its derivative crypto assets look to change that archaic methodology, while servicing respective industries. It is like a network of solution-focused troubleshooting tools that respective industries can use, mold, or adapt to their very need, whereas some assets are springing up simply out of a industrial need, while the rest can be molded and shaped to their respective industries. As the use of cryptocurrencies has spread and adoption rates have grown throughout the world over the past decade, the paradigm of value has shifted in the minds of those who truly grasp the capabilities of this new technology. Whereas the internet changed how humans viewed the transfer of information, crypto assets are doing the same with the transfer of value. We are not declaring independence from state-controlled currency. We are declaring controlled currencies through fiat have been rendered obsolete. If you still don't approve of our rebranding into a cryptocurrency channel and still wish to leave your hate-filled comments, please do so now, because those of you who deny the ideology of blockchain technology or choose to ignore it will be left behind or forced to learn, because its inherent benefit cannot be denied, even by those naysayers. Anyone who feels the quote-unquote system has it out for the little guys, anyone who has felt betrayed by government, need to take notice of the seemingly underground market of cryptocurrency. Look at what brilliant people are doing for humanity as a whole, some without knowing it, by participating in a much cheaper, much more transparent, honest, and more efficient system known as blockchain technology. This channel is dedicated to all those who are fighting the good fight and don't know how or when freedom of currency oppression will occur, but are willing to give it their time and interest for the greater good of the many. And know that even though the markets are down right now, Bitcoin not at the lowest it's been all year, but markedly much lower than it was when the year kicked off. And the price of your favorite blockchain tech is a fraction of what it was or what it should be. Know that there are forces at work with greed in mind trying to sway the system in their favor, and nothing is quite as it seems. All we can do is continue to monitor the markets and encourage good actors in the space to continue innovating on an already genius and paradigm-shifting technology. Cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and no amount of price manipulation or mainstream media shaming can stop the distributed ledger and those working within it at creating the future of value transfer with the individual in mind. We are Crypto Blessing. Visit currencyindependence.com for the TLDR version of John McAfee's vision, and keep in mind he's planning to run for president. And don't forget to subscribe. Click that white bell to get notified when we release content, because if you blink, you might miss something. And stay tuned for more cryptocurrency news, market analysis, and philosophical rants about the future of value transfer, among other things. And smash that like button if you are fighting the good fight or are interested at the very least, whether it's through watching this video or whether the idea of the cryptocurrency market has slowly been gnawing at your consciousness. And keep in mind, we are still giving away $50 in Bitcoin. The 48-hour deadline has been removed because there just wasn't that many applicants. So your odds are greater than the average cryptocurrency giveaway that you can get yourself some free Bitcoin. Check us out on Twitter at Blessing Crypto for details on how to enter. And I'll be seeing you next time.